Bonanza Joe here, live from Hollywood in the Sunset Strip Palatial Studios, near our big fireworks display on the roof last night. Wow. Dave Schuyler joins us.
Skywalker here. You keep telling everybody my just should we just call myself Dave Schuyler?
AKA. I always get it wrong. I don't know. I'm sorry. I've known you too long. I've known you too long.
Honest to God, as I was on the air for 10.5 years at KUTE 101, and about 3 disc jockeys that I'd known for years would call me Dave Schuyler.
All the time.
Honestly, all the time. So, because they've known me for years. Hey, you're not wearing a hat tonight.
You know, I'm showing off my new look.
Oh, you know, because the LAPD wanted me to send you a shout out.
My buddies. Yeah. You know, I love it. I love those guys and ladies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Here it is, July 5th. You know what? We did a live broadcast. We actually were live yesterday on the 4th of July on Flashback Top 40.
We had a lot of fun, man.
And we did it from the roof. And that was fun. And it was beautiful outside yesterday. So, and you saw the fireworks and everything. I went home. But I was out here for the barbecue and everything. And it was just a beautiful day. We had a beautiful 4th of July here in Southern California.
You didn't even leave me like a half-eaten hot dog or anything. There was nothing left from the barbecue.
Actually, so many people showed up, and, you know, our neighbor Vern.
He was rocked.
Well, that's the understatement of the 4th of July.
He fell down the steps, didn't he, or something?
Well, he took a tumble, and then he got a cheer. So it was a fun 4th of July, and I hope everybody enjoyed it, and it was safe and sane for everyone. So we're going to be talking about radio stories today. We got lots of stuff to talk about. On the 5th of July, here we are on a Monday night.
And it doesn't feel like a Monday. It feels like a Sunday to me.
It does.
I was messed up all day because of the holiday weekend and all that stuff.
It always does. Yeah. And however, this week is going to seem extra long. I don't know how this happens, but it usually does.
Oh, yeah. You think it's going to be short because, you know, we got rid of Monday, but something's going to happen tomorrow. Be something, whatever, make it long Tuesday.
I don't know. It's just going to seem like an extra long week every time we
like forever. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, we're here to talk about radio. We do radio memories. The ones we can remember, the ones we choose to remember, the ones we can remember, the ones we can talk about.
Hey, right. Hey, by the way, I celebrated my birthday on June 30th.
I was just getting to that. You were out of town. You went to Vegas.
No, that's not what happened. Now, my friends told me that we were going to Sin City. Now, first of all, they took me to Leisure World, which I thought was fun. We had a great time.
You can get in.
And then they said, we're going to, I thought they said Sin City. It was Senior City. So then we showed up at Senior City on my birthday, which was on Wednesday, which was actually quite fun. And they served everything early, as you well know. And I had a great time. And I love tapioca pudding. And you got to have that. You got to be there before 4.
There's nothing left. Take it from me. No.
So it was exciting.
Blue plate special, babe.
And it's the way to celebrate 60. I'll tell you right there. You're you're almost what is it? Indoctrinated. Indoctrinated. Yeah. I can't say it.
When do you get your Medicare coverage when you hit 65?
It's the dentures. Indoctrinated into the old person's club.
Are your dentures clacking? You ever hear those disc jockeys that we know have dentures? And you know they clack on the
I have this dead tooth. You know, it's terrible. I was almost going to steal someone's dentures, you know, and just put them on.
I spent a lot of money on these implants, let me tell you, bud.
Oh, man. You know, I got to go get my teeth whitened. It's been years. But anyway, fun birthday. It's good to be back, and it's good to be on again with you. We've got some stuff to talk about. You want to play one of your old air checks from KUTE 102?
I can't believe I found this. It just fell out of a box in a closet I was cleaning out, and this cassette falls out. And I didn't even know I had any tapes left from Get radio station. I mean, I was there for a couple of years, but maybe a year and a half or so.
And what year would this be?
Well, after KHJ, after they announced they were going to.
So this would be about 1981?
Yeah, 80. It was like springtime of 80 when I got there, until like 81 when I left town to go buy those radio stations back east. So, but the KUTE 102 was owned by Inner City Broadcasting, which was BLS in New York, and they had KGFJ here in Los Angeles, and they had KUTE 102, which was in Glendale. It was a 600 watts radio station, 600 watt radio station, but it was on top of Mount Wilson. So you got the signal that really it stretched from Orange County to all the way up.
It was really a popular station here in the market at the time.
Yeah, and it was, for me, it was getting on FM. The guy that helped originate FM at Y100 several, 5-6 years earlier, finally getting back on FM here in Los Angeles after KHJ. And it was quite an experience. Lucky Pierre was there. Great guy. Great guy. Bill Stevens was the PD. Humble Hav was doing afternoon drive.
Well, let's hear the air check.
If you don't have anything to do later on today, it's the KUTE 102 autograph party with Tierra, 12 noon of the Music Plus 2092, South Atlantic Boulevard, Monterey Park. 2 p.m. at Music Plus 517 East Valley Boulevard, San Gabriel. Come on and meet Tierra. Bring your camera. KUTE 102's Joe Green will have free Tierra photos for you. You can even take a picture of him if you want. The Master Blaster, Stevie, KUTE 102. Gammon.
Had a good feed there.
12:30 in Los Angeles, the KUTE 102. This is Bonanna Joe. More non-stop music coming right up as it begins with Parliament.
If you like to party, come to the place that's rocking the boat. It's 900. That's the all-new Noah's Ark in Long Beach. Give Noah's Ark a call at 432-6900.
You know, you can invest in our future by teaching the children how to care for the environment. It's important. I mean, they got to take care of things later on. The tree people are looking for volunteers to teach kids about recycling, using the sun's energy, planting trees and other ways to live that'll help ensure a healthy environment for generations to come. We use recycling in radio. We recycle the disc jockeys, every couple of years, get a transfusion. You can call the tree people at 769-2663.
Aretha, baby. That was a little taste of KUTE 102.
Okay, very nice. KUTE 102. Back in 1980, Banana Joe, and a much different sounding Banana Joe from KHJ. You were very up-tempo and a much, much different sound.
Well, that was the vibe of KUTE 102. That was the vibe there. It was more natural, more get into the music.
Over this weekend, I saw this posting on Facebook, and there was this discussion on one of the boards about KWST 106 when they signed on. Sure. And Richard Wagner had posted that KWST 106 had signed on at 5 o'clock. They didn't. They signed on at 6 o'clock. And somebody else had posted the wrong date is when they signed on. So I just put in the correct information. And it was because I was working at KHJ 97, and I actually recorded when they signed on. And I'm going to play you a couple of air checks. And this is really interesting because KWST 106 went from 106 KWST as an AOR station. Okay.
Hard rock, too. They were pretty hard rocking.
Pretty much so. And they were one of those that was in the group with KMET, with K-Rock, with
KNAC Long Beach,
KNAC, and KLOS.
They had a perma billboard there on the whiskey on the building, KWST. Remember? It was right there.
Yeah, right. Okay, so 1981, KWST decides they're going to change the format to Top 40.
Yep.
You really don't have a budget. This company doesn't have a budget to take on the Top 40 format. And keep in mind, at that point in time, Top 40 is pretty much dead. The format is just kind of really just...
KHJ was country.
Yeah, they're just kind of floating. The only top 40 stations,
right?
The only top 40 stations in the market at that point were the Mighty 690 and KIQQ.
Yep.
Which were two. Mighty 690 was playing 150 songs, I think, because I was at the Mighty 690, and we were only playing like 200 songs, I think it was.
And they were coming in from Tijuana.
Yeah, I had to drive to Mexico. Yeah. XETRA. XETRA. Tijuana, Mexico. Bring the Mighty 690. And Ted Ziegenbusch, actually, I think he was the first program director from Coast 103 of the Mighty 690. But and then Jeff Hunter and Jim Richards, and so I would end up working at the Mighty 690. So and that was the only top 40 station that was left, and that's where I was. But during this, but I was at KHITS 97 when KWST changed, and the one great thing about KWST, and what I don't understand, is why they didn't just move KHJ to KRTH and make Bob Hamilton the big, head honcho, the operations manager.
But Bob had great experience with Top 40, too.
Right.
I mean, he worked at Wi-Fi in Philly. He had a lot of Top 40 experience. Bob is a great programmer. Yeah.
So not only of the country format, of the new KHJ country format, but of the new Top 40, KRTH, and Chuck, would be the program director.
Right. And Bob
that's
could be
what
like
I don't
operations
understand.
manager.
And this is something that people don't ever point out. They always kind of blame KWST. Now, this is just a small little pea shooter company.
Yeah, but they were losing the licenses, RKO. They weren't going to change anything. And then back then, remember, they lost KRT, they lost KHJ.
Well, I think at that point, wasn't it Beasley? Didn't Beasley buy the station?
He bought them both off of the fire sale,
Well, this is the day that KWST changed to Top 40. And it's funny, Richard Wagner wrote in his post, he said, for some reason, 5 o'clock is stuck in my head. And this may be the case, Richard, is because at 5 o'clock, they started saying 106, they changed from saying 106 KWST. Frank DeSantis was the last jock on the AOR station, but they started saying KWST 106.
Is he the governor of Florida now, DeSantis?
I don't know.
That's Ron DeSantis, sorry.
Anyway, Bobby Ocean, they do a top 10 countdown in the last hour from 5 to 6. DeSantis actually does time checks. This is how you actually know what time they changed the format.
Ah.
So anyway, DeSantis, in this air check I'm about to play, DeSantis does the first air check, he says, he doesn't actually say what time, but the second one he says, it's 9 minutes before 6 o'clock. And the last song is Stairway to Heaven. You can actually hear the processing change because KWST, the AOR station, had no processing. But you can actually hear them kick the processing in. But this is what's sad about today's promos. There's no creativity. They all sound the same. You just slap a different call letter, on the station, and they all sound the same.
No more creativity. No.
Bobby Ocean did such a great promo to introduce KWST 106, and still one of my all-time favorite promos. But this is the introduction and the last of 106 KWST. But at this point, in the last hour, they had reversed it, and they had Frank DeSantis referring to the station as KWST 106.
All right.
11 and a half minutes and counting.
If you're breathing.
Well, folks, we're just about down to it. 9 minutes till 6 o'clock at KWST 106. The final selection in the top 10 AOR countdown, starting with, we had 10, working our way down through the number 1 spot here. Led Zeppelin on KWST 106. I'm Frank DeSantis. I'll see you later.
To heaven.
Did you hear that compression?
Oh, yeah.
Will be our year. Took a long time to
Before 1975, KWST radio had played soft, soothing music. Within the radio and record industry, this type of airplay is termed beautiful music. While on the streets, this kind of sound is called elevator music, music to die by. Then came 1975, and the sound of KWST changed. It became album-oriented and played a lot of the newer artists. The music was generally very loud, and there was enough so-called heavy metal on the air to reconstruct the LA Coliseum so the Rams wouldn't have had to desert the City of the Angels in the first place. But there were some great moments and great artists. We salute the way it was as we began a new updated cycle. We hold our glasses high. Remember the talent and imagination of some of the real greats. Voices that carried their special message to us. Like... whatever that meant. Or how about this? Sometimes the messages were clear and the profits very dear. Still true. The times continue to change, and KWST changes right along with all of Southern California. We go forward, boldly, into the 80s. That away. And we're glad to have you along for the ride. The greatest hits of all time. All the time.
West 106.
KWST.
Los Angeles.
All right, it is time. It is time to wake up the people of Southern California at long last. A place on your dial to make you feel alive. And now is the time, and this definitely is the place. So on behalf of the entire staff of the new KWST family, this is Chuck Martin. Welcome to excitement. Welcome to real radio. Welcome aboard the starship of the 80s. Let it roll! KWST 106, where London and Engelman. Start your mornings beginning tomorrow at 6. And only right here on the new KWST.
See, the problem is they were continuing with KHJ, and the top 40 format needed a respite. And I'm going to play you KIIS at about the same time. Now, this is about a year later, and KIIS had dropped your number one adult hit station, but they haven't brought in the jingles and all the hoopla yet. They haven't made it in a top 40 station yet. They're sliding.
The whole political thing in the company going on. That's the only reason. But the
sliding.
Plan was there.
They're sliding into it. It's a very strategic way of going about it, because in 1981 you had KHITS 97 doing relatively well as they're sliding into the adult contemporary format.
Chicken Rock.
Coast 103 is sliding into the adult contemporary format, doing extremely well. And now KWST is going to try to be a top 40 station. KIQQ isn't doing that well. Now, KIIS is very strategic about this. Now, listen to KIIS.
102.7 KIIS FM. Big Ron has another mooshy-gooshy love song for those of you who are kissing at work and thinking of your baby. Here's Sheriff, and When I'm With You.
Richard.
KIIS FM is what you got.
LA's music, KIIS FM.
102.7 KIIS FM. It's a Big Ron in the afternoon, usually the shy, retiring type, but with Prince and Boy George coming up next. I may be coming out of my shell at any moment. 2:53, the smog is pretty bad today. It may even be a bit worse tomorrow as the temperatures go down. The air kind of gets thicker and smoggier. Tonight's low will be 68 with some low cloudiness. Tomorrow we should only make it up to the upper 80s here in L.A. and the middle 90s in the coastal valleys. Right now at the KIIS FM Space Needle in Hollywood, it is 90 degrees.
The conversational Big Ron.
No surprises at your auto care station.
LA's
LA Speaks Out. I'm Liz Fulton for KIIS FM. If you have questions you'd like answered, send them to LA Speaks Out, care of KIIS FM, Box 196, Hollywood, California, 90028. LA Speaks Out on 102.7. KIIS FM.
102.7 KIIS FM is KIIS, Los Angeles.
See, they trimmed that used to say, your number one adult hit station.
No, that's gone.
102.7 KIIS FM.
The transition is underway.
KIIS, Los Angeles. Yeah. That was Danny Dark. Now, as they were continuing to evolve,
Big Ron must have taken a Valium before his show every day because he's naturally
it was very soft. It was a very soft approach.
Mellow, you know?
And as they moved into 1983, 84, it became full-fledged top 40. Yep. A weather jingle was brought in, LA weather, and then the 6 o'clock Skywalker at KIIS FM and AM, Los Angeles hot hits, KIIS FM.
There you go.
And that's where we brought all those jingles.
When you hear these three songs, you win $10,000 contest.
Lots of money, lots of cash, lots of big money. So the whole thing went full-fledged top 40. But you can hear how strategic that they went about this. What I don't get is why this AOR phase, this fad, was so popular at the time, because in 1981, KMET was doing so well.
Yeah, they were number one.
Okay, this is what KMET was doing.
Booyah.
KMET rocks Malibu with the Beatles. I'm in love with her and I feel fine. And Def Leppard, band from England with a second album and a song called Let It Go. And Bad Company doing Bad Company.
All hits.
Thanks, Merv. Love your jeans and your chromosomes aren't bad either.
Oh, shut up.
Gary U.S. Bonds. DEDICATION. Little spelling lesson. Dedication, Gary U.S. Bonds. In fact, that's the title of the album. Gary's comeback record. KMET, Los Angeles. We are just moments away from 9 o'clock in the morning. We get the news and the updated surf from Ace Young and some ZZ Top. KMET, Los Angeles.
All hit artists and hit tracks, mostly.
There's no thump. Oh, I thought there was a thump at the end of that one. 901 94.7 KMET Los Angeles. Good morning. Ace Young here with our late breaking news. Updated here for this Tuesday, August 25th, 1981. Fair skies, hot temperatures, 80 in the beach, 94 coastal strip. Can you believe that? If you live in the valleys, anywhere from 94 to 105 today. And this morning, federal officials refusing comment on the New York Times report that recaptured spy Christopher Boyce is refusing food in his Seattle jail.
BASF Pro 2 Chrome cassettes at the Federated Group.
I know that guy. Here we are, Tuesday morning, 94.7 KMET. Checking out this, sir.
Good morning, Ace. Gabriel Wisdom here in La Jolla.
Ace Young, he's got a great voice.
Nice voice, but he sings. He's a singer.
Wait, listen to this.
We're down to Chart House.
From Horizons West Surfports in Santa Monica, this is Jennifer.
And this is Jefferson from Zuma J Surfports in Malibu.
Each of these people do about 5 minutes about a surf report in each. I just put the intro of their names.
Beach, 94 coastal strip, valleys 94 to 105, and currently at Metro Media Square in
every
Hollywood,
day.
85 degrees. News and surf at 9, more 10. I'm Ace Young. You're up to date. It's KMET Informs Southern California. Now KMET Rocks Southern California. Rock and Roll Tuesday morning, and Jeff Gonzo.
And Tom Petty. And the Heartbreakers.
Ooh.
KMET.
Number one, baby. For a long time.
Number one. I don't get it.
For a long time, for a couple of years, they were number one.
Yeah. And that's when they were doing extremely well in 1981.
And they had these billboards, the same billboard everywhere, same billboards everywhere. You know,
upside down. The KMET was upside down.
The same logos, all you saw. You know, maybe a little different message on the bottom, but the billboard was the same everywhere.
I just never understood the attraction. I never understood the attraction.
One day, they still had a 4 share when they changed it.
Those surf reports went on forever. I mean, they went on forever. If I played the entire air check, it would go on for about 10 minutes. It was unbelievable that they would play a person from each place, area, and play the entire surf reports.
Research
This is Tim. This is Buck. This is whatever. It just went on and on and on. It was just unbelievable, and I can't believe that was actually the most popular radio station.
They were current
in Los
based.
Angeles.
You know, they played a lot of current rock music. There was a lot of current rock music out.
Yeah.
So the young males that liked that station, they had a 20 share of. Maybe a lot of them were surfers. You know, probably the audience they were going after.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's a valid point, but geez, it just, oh my God, it just makes you want to shoot yourself if you're from a top 40 format. Because
and then remember, the methodology of the day was the diary, and it's a different methodology than it is now, and everything was different then. You had to play to the way they did the ratings, and you had to set yourself up for all these nuances. And
by 1987, they had enough of it.
They still had ratings, but they changed the format.
Well, actually, they had no ratings when they changed the format.
Did they finally go down to nothing? I didn't know that. I wasn't around.
Oh,
then.
they had bottomed out.
I wasn't here then.
Yeah.
I came back in '87, though. Yeah, I came back.
Yeah.
I think the wave was already on when I came back.
Yeah, the wave. Yeah. KMET had just kind of.
I guess when rock music fizzled in the 80s, when rock kind of died at the end of the 80s, you know.
Yeah, in 1987, they tried that smooth jazz format, and that took off.
It was good. They did really well with it.
They did extremely well.
Southern California adult audience, big time.
Yeah,
but
Southern California smooth jazz. Yeah.
And they played hits in there, too. They didn't just play a lot of eclectic new age music. They played hits, too.
It was an interesting format, when they first started out. Yeah. And once again, everybody copied the format, and you had a smooth jazz format all across the country. You know, everybody copies. Everybody copies Los Angeles or New York. It's always been the way. But I wanted to play those markets, those three different radio stations, and to show you the difference. And I think had KWST kind of backed it off a little bit and not tried to gone straight ahead with a CHR format, because Top 40 was actually in a holding pattern, let's put it that way, at that point. And you really didn't have anybody doing Top 40, and Top 40 wasn't so popular. And there weren't Top 40 hits that were out there. You did have the Go-Go's, you did have Whip It by Devo. I'm trying to think of the same songs that I was playing over and over at the Mighty 690.
MTV helped Top 40. See, they thought MTV was going to kill radio, but MTV actually helped Top 40 because of the music that was being developed for the videos. When Top 40 came back big time in the mid-'80s, as KIIS FM did, became number one, in the market.
No. It's amazing, when KHJ changed to country, the Mighty 690 immediately picked up the KHJ jingles, and I think they were by Tuesday Productions. And so instead of, and we didn't use Paul Frees as you guys did at KHJ, saying the rhythm of Southern California.
Chucker wanted to use Paul. He loved that guy. He's a great voice, though.
Yeah, we would just talk up, and we had a rotating one. So we would talk up the jingle, and so it would go, da 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 da, and we would say, 7 o'clock on Hit Radio, the Mighty 690. I'm Dave Schuyler with more of Southern California's hottest hits. And it would go the Mighty, instead of 93K, it would go the Mighty 690. And one version would go Los Angeles, just like KHJ. And one version would go Southern California, but we never pushed San Diego.
No.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
but there was no top 40 was really at a lull at that point. It was not, there was nothing really happening, and KIIS really took it in a very, very strategic, slow manner as far as taking it to a natural progression to bring it back to a top 40, because top 40 just wasn't happening.
I hear you, but let me tell you, I bought 2 radio stations in 83 and 84. We went top 40 with them both, and the music was popping by 84. By 84, 85, it was popping.
It was
and
back.
KIIS helped, and MTV helped. MTV helped top 40 a lot, and they thought it was going to kill radio. Actually helped if you were smart about it and promoted it. Promote MTV, make it a cool thing, and make it a part of your radio station. We had a whole MTV category on my stations. But, I want to also, we're getting a little bit long here tonight. So
I know, we got to wrap this up.
We got to wrap it up, It's fun, though, talking about all this format change stuff and everything. And right now, there's, like, nothing to talk about. Radio's just kind of there, I have a feeling it's not dead yet, though. I have a feeling.
Sadly, I don't have that same feeling. During my little birthday vacation trip, I did notice that radio is dead. Sadly.
Let's say it's on life support. Be kind.
Okay.
They didn't pull the plug yet. Well, we're still on radio. We have Flashback Top 40 radio right here, and we're not dead because we're not on radio. We're on
we're on digital media. But, terrestrial radio for the most part, I was so saddened. I really was, because I hadn't been out. I've been very sick for the last few years. And so it's funny, and I'll just wrap this up with this story. I've had to go it was a couple of weeks for a while, but now it's every month I have to go, I have to get my blood taken. And so this last time I had a new technician, and I've had a 28-year-old take my blood. And this time it was a 32-year-old. So I thought I'd talk about, and it was right before my birthday on June 30th. So I mentioned, wow, do you know that KWST Fm, because American Top 40 started on June 30th. And I said, coming up to the anniversary of American Top 40, and the guy who started it, KWST Fm, do you know that name? And she said to me, no, Ryan Seacrest started American Top 40.
She looked at you like you had 2 heads. Casey who?
Yeah. And then I said, surely you know the name Rick Dees, don't you? Rick Dees, the weekly Top 40, or on KIIS FM? And she said, no, Rick Dees is on, Ryan Seacrest is on KIIS FM.
They forgot Rick,
She had no idea. A 32-year-old.
Let's end it right there. I don't want to hear anymore. That's it. I don't want to hear anymore. Banana Joe's still on the radio. Digital radio. FlashbackTop40.com. And Skywalker is on that same channel. 4 to 7 and 7 at midnight. Tune it in. And if you want to hear real live LA radio again, they'll be driving in to hear us, folks. But you don't have to drive in. You can hear it anywhere in the world. They used to drive in to listen. Remember?
Oh,
drive in to listen to KHJ, man.
And we would love to hear from you, too. Any subject, please get in touch with us. Leave a message for Banana Joe or myself, Skywalker, or Dave Schuyler.
And my email's right up there on the screen if you're watching this.
Oh, great. Excellent.
Joe@BananaJoeRadio.com.
Anything you want to talk about, we would love to talk to you, and we will see you next time right here on Jock Talk.
Yeah, baby, this is Jock Talk coming at you from the Sunset Boulevard studios of Flashback Top 40 Radio. I'm Banana Joe with Skywalker, bidding you a good night, morning, or whenever you're demanding to listen.